Oliver and I are here. We spoke with the director and star of District 9.
That's right. District 9, for those of you who don't know, big new sci-fi movie coming out. Kind of snuck up on people, kind of came up out of nowhere, but really looks like a good movie.
Absolutely. So we're really excited about it. Take a look.
Well, Neill and Sharlto, thanks so much for giving us some of your time. Absolutely love the movie. District 9 is fantastic.
Thank you.
Such a unique experience. So many new things inside this movie, and I think probably the main one is its setting.
Yeah.
It's even mentioned in the movie. This giant mothership isn't over Manhattan, it's over Johannesburg.
Yeah.
The whole thing takes place in South Africa, and it's a very South African movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So it's a kind of a foreign film, I guess, for us Americans.
Yeah, like a foreign popcorn film.
Right.
Yeah.
So how important was it to you to set the entire thing in South Africa and give it a different feel?
It was vital. I mean, I think the movie wouldn't exist if it was set somewhere else. You know, it was I created a short film before the film was before we moved into this, and the reason for creating the short movie was because I wanted to just see what science fiction that I love placed in Johannesburg would look like. It was as simple as that. So, and then mixing those two started to highlight all of these kind of social issues and things that are on my mind a lot. And now here we are.
So, as a character,
Yeah.
this setting is different for us, this world is different for us.
Yes.
How much of that, since you do have all this kind of backstory with the history of, I don't even know how to describe it, what goes on down in South Africa with the camps and the shanty towns and things like that, how much of that informs your performance then?
Well, certainly a lot of the way this character is in the beginning was drawn, I guess, subconsciously almost from various people that I'd met in South Africa, from certain stereotype, personality stereotypes, behavioral stereotypes, discriminatory, if you will, stereotypes. So it was very easy for me to get into the skin of the character very quickly. As soon as I had the voice, it was all the materials just right there. You've lived with it for your whole life. You know?
It's very fun, and it's very exciting, but it's so real. I mean, I think that documentary process and seeing it from security cameras, so many of the shots. Whenever
That was the reason for doing that. I mean, it was that I just wanted to make a science fiction film that felt as grounded as possible. And we associate security cameras and news footage with reality and cinematic footage with fiction. So I thought if you show science fiction through news, it's going to feel real. It's going to feel more grounded.
Right.
That's the goal.
And for you, I'm guessing, Sharlto, it has to be difficult to...
It was the opposite for me because Neill, gave me the rope to improvise all the dialogue for my character within his story. And I just felt, I'm just comfortable with that. I really enjoy that kind of acting, and it really did. He set it up in such a way that it felt very often at times like we were just making a documentary, like it was all really happening, and there was that freedom in the production process. It wasn't green screen, blue screen stuff where as an actor you're trying to bring out a very staged performance because you just got nothing to go on.
Right.
It was all there. It's a real slum. There's an actor in a suit when there needs to be playing the alien, so that we can improv together and get relationships going. We can keep throwing stuff at him.
But even beyond that, I mean, it sort of ties into your question to Sharlto about drawing on his experience living in South Africa. There was a sense the whole time making the film that any character in the film could draw from reality. It was a very weird experience for me that way. Like it made my job much easier. Right. Like the guy who plays the bad mercenary, right? South Africa manufactures mercenaries. It's just part of South African culture, right? And he can just get it. It's like you work for executive outcomes, you're a mercenary, and you can understand that. You're this kind of discriminatory office worker from a big state-owned company. It's like all these people exist. It was a very amazing kind of thing that way. Draw from it.
You're obviously a fan of science fiction, and you wanted to expand on what we consume as fans. What are some of your favorite things that inspired this movie? Your favorite sci-fi properties?
Well, it does fluctuate. They do move up and down, but I think the staple number one is it goes up and down, but it's basically Aliens. James Cameron's Aliens, I think, and Alien is like there. So sometimes it's those two. It's the first two Alien films. Those had the biggest effect on me. Period. And then I'm like a really visual person. I used to be a visual effects artist, so I get a lot from imagery. And Chris Foss's artwork which I loved when I was a kid. Like the front cover of a lot of, Asimov novels and stuff had a huge effect on me. And then Sid Mead's artwork. So it's not just films or authors, it's also actually artwork. But Aliens, Blade Runner, 2001.
The ones that involve social issues a lot of times. Yeah.
Although I'm having a tough time finding what the social issues with Alien and Aliens are. I've been trying to figure that out. Those are more about like fear and human psychology.
Wanting to get something out of you, something out, so you have to say something.
Fear of pregnancy.
Fear of pregnancy.
I'm not trying to spoil the movie, so I'm not talking about anything specific, but just quick question before we're out. District 10?
Sure, if this is successful, I'd love to do District 10.
But Focus, I mean, it has to be 3 years in the future. I can't say anything. I can't say anything.
Well, the
That would
question
be
is,
awesome.
what is the story?
Right.
Because I don't know yet. I have ideas, but nothing actually worked out.
The whole thing comes across so organically that it's like the storytelling itself. So who knows? Like, we loved it. It was really a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The fear of pregnancy is still cracking me up. Though. It's very funny. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool,
Man.
thank you guys.